Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door, or Door Should Have Come Back to you with episode 32 of Direwolf20's 1.19 mod pack. And today, I got all the glyphs. I may or may not just have wasted so much time doing this, but it's okay. So, as you can see here, we actually can just open up a blank slate. I have every single glyph that is available to us. I actually click on the table as well. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, all of them. Every single one. Why did I do this? I really have no idea. I thought it would just be easier to do it all up front. Probably a mistake, but it's okay. We are done. We have all of them. So now, what's our goal? Right? That's the thing. What is our goal with Ars Nueva? Well, I think the first goal that we need to accomplish is getting the Archmage's spellbook. Okay? Which we need an Essence of Vanquish Foes or a Wilden Tribute. And to get any of these things, let's see here. I don't actually have any idea. So if we actually look up Wilden. So we have the Wilden Tribute, obtained by defeating the Wilden Chimera. See Ritual of Summon Wilden, Ars Nueva. Okay, if I could actually read, it probably said that, honestly. Yes, it does say that, because it's the exact same thing. Alright, so, let's see here. Let's back out of this. So there's automation, which is like spell turrets, the actual Starbuckle charms, Wixie charms, and spell prism. All of these things, the Starbuckle, he can actually pick up items and move them. Why is he having a spasm? But yeah, this will tell you how to summon them. I'm not going to worry about summoning them. I would use these guys if I needed them, which I may in the future. I may look into them. Here's a Wixie. A Wixie can automatically craft items for you as an expense of source. Okay, so this is basically an auto crafter. They're really cute little creature here, though. But they can also make potions. So they can craft for you. They can make potions. All of it requires source, though, right? Spell Prism. When a projectile spell hits this block, it is redirected. The block is facing. Spell Prism will send a signal to nearby observers if a spell is redirected. I don't really know what you'd use this for, honestly, but that sounds pretty cool. Spell turrets are one of the cooler things in this because you can actually pretty much program them with a spell to do certain things, such as crush, cobble into gravel, gravel into sand, basically make a stonework so you can smelt, you can pick up, you can export. Basically, this is like automation 101 with Ars Nueva, right? There's the enchanted one. Enchanted spell turrets cast spells at half the source cost compared to the basic spell turret. So basically, these do things that would usually cause RF or cost RF, and they don't. They cost source. So cool things we can do with that. Here's some stuff. So we got greater discount. Provide a slightly larger discount over the lesser ring of discount. So I don't actually know what the ring of discount is. I don't think I saw it. Ring of discount. So this thing right here. Huh. Let's see. Can we craft this up? Why not? Let's get a little trinket from here. So Ender Pearl. What was the other stuff? Because I completely just spaced. There's something else. Enchanter's Bangle. What does this do? The magic accessory have a chance to boost the damage of your spells. Its magic is unstable, but perhaps attuning it to a school can stabilize its activities. So this actually is a spells focus. Okay, that's interesting. That's something we aren't even close to getting into. I know what they are, I just don't fully know too much about them. Alright, so let's actually clear this stuff out real quick. And then, so we need diamonds and source gems. So diamonds, let's just grab a stack. Alright, so diamonds. So we'll do this. Nope, wait. You gotta do this. You gotta do the outside before you can do the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's just 4. And then this. And then the Ring of Potential. Okay, and then once you get this, you can actually make another version of it by doing basically the exact same thing with blaze rods. Okay, so let's grab some blaze rods here. So 1, 2. We can toss those away. So boom, 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 boom. And then 2 of these bad boys. And then the Ring of Lesser Discount. I'm assuming what this does, because I actually didn't read this, is that it'll actually discount the spells. So items, let's see, actually here. Provides a slightly larger discount over the lesser ring. Shift click for that. In addition to providing a small bonus to maximum mana and mana regen, Ring of Discount reduced the total cost to cast a spell. There we go. So if we just right click this, we'll equip it into one of our ring slots here, which we've got plenty of ring slots, so I'm not too afraid of using this. That's our first little curios thing from Ars Nueva. We also have warp scrolls. I pick these up all the time from dungeons, but basically they're teleportation. You can set locations, but they're only one use. But there are ways to create portals and stuff with these, so you can actually use them multiple times. I know Direwolf20 has like a portal room type of thing where he keeps making new areas and using these to create portals. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but we'll, get into that sooner or later. Yeah, you can also warp entities. That's another thing. Jar of Voiding, a jar that can destroy items on pickup and grants a small amount of mana in return to turn the jar on and off. Okay, so this is just basic voiding. And then you can whitelist stuff, I'm pretty sure. So summons a light that will follow the user as they move, can be summoned and dismissed at any time. That's pretty cool. But it's just kind of a dynamic light, so I'm not really too worried about that. Let's just keep on looking here. So, elemental tweaks, okay? So what is an elemental tweak? As long as Ars No Elemental is installed, these tweaks will be active. Enchanter's Shield can target a reactive on block. Trigger reactive on block. Okay, I guess we'll see what that is. Summoned Lightning won't destroy items. Crush can process items if augmented with sensitive. Cold Snap deals more damage to mobs. Okay, so what is this? So this looks like a way to get this Wilden tribute, right? No, because you need to put something in the center of these things. Okay. So where are we at? All right. So let's get out of this. And let's look for this Wilden, for this ritual. What is it? What was it called again? Let's look up the Wilden. Let's actually mark the Wilden things. This is our goal right here, right? Wild Chimera. Defeating the Wild Chimera. So I'm going to assume it's in the W's. Okay. I don't see anything about this. But I'm also probably passing things. Okay, actually, yeah, it's going to be off. Because the non-red stuff... So it should be somewhere around here, right? No? Dang it. I gotta make it complicated. Hold on. I thought there was a way to search with this. So here's magical equipment. So here's a whole bunch of the stuff that we could actually get. So there's like the Earth Bangle. Bangle boosts the damage of the Earth spells. Okay, so this was not the spell focus. So you can actually change this to certain things. Okay. There's a casting wand you can set to a specific spell. Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Essence to vanquished foes. A wise mage noted that he could extract the essence of his vanquished foes and imbue a massive chunk of diamond with it. Huh. So we could do this. I really want to fight the Wild Chimera, though. I kind of do. I'm just trying to figure out how. I'm probably just missing it, in all honesty. So here's all these focuses. So focus on necromancy. This school of magic branched out from conjuration and abjection mages that tried to understand life, death, and what's between. The essence tied to this school cycles between life and death experiments suggest that it will make horses cycle between flesh, skeleton, and zombie forms. But will it be the same for horse before? Be the same horse as before? Huh. So there's like some stuff we can really get into here. So there's a trinkets pouch. All those trinkets can easily color in for, you never know. Okay. Ha ha ha. Enchanter's Horn. I mean, yeah, all this stuff is pretty cool, but I don't have a use for a lot of this stuff, so I probably won't go full in depth on this. I'm not gonna lie, I probably won't. But here's our familiars, by the way. Ritual of Binding. So where's the Ritual of Binding? So summoning, you'll need to obtain a bound spirit or bound script of the entity you wish to befriend. These can be obtained by performing the Ritual of Binding near a relevant entity. Tablet of Binding. The Ritual of Binding converts nearby eligible entities into bound scripts used for summoning a familiar. For more information, see sections on familiars. Okay, so that's something we're going to do later. I ain't too worried about familiars right now. But there are several of them in here, and each one of them does something different. I know that for a fact. I think some of them actually give you... So yeah, this one will reduce the cost of all spells cast and increase spell damage. The Siren, spaz it out. A Siren Familiar will increase the damage of water spells by 2. The Direwolf20 Familiar will increase the damage of earth spells by 2 and has a chance to increase the amount of looting when slaying enemies obtained by performing the ritual binding on it by nearby Rigme. Whatever I just said. So here's all of the... Huh. So I'm assuming this is ways to increase the armor. So there's a whole bunch of armor sets from Ars Elemental and actual Ars Nueva. Rituals. Okay, so here we're looking at rituals. Summon Wilden. Without augments, this ritual will summon a random variety of Wilden monsters for a short duration. When augment with Wilden Spike, Wilden Horn, and a Wilden Wing, the ritual will summon the Wilden Chimera, a challenging and destructive monster. Note, if summoning the Chimera, this ritual will destroy blocks around the Brazier. Okay, so what's the Brazier? So Ritual Brazier. Okay, so here's what we're probably looking at. So Ritual Brazier. So we need a Arcane Pedestal, Source Block, Source Gem Block. So we've got that, and I'm assuming I would need several of these. Let's actually quickly grab... So we actually need a chamber real quick so I can actually get more source gems because I'm out. So amethyst. So I'll just pop this in here real quick. And then also I gotta... Oh, my nether orb came off. Why did you just pop off? Or did I accidentally take you off? There we go. I really don't need all these void charms, by the way. I just accidentally have them on. And I just never took them off. So, you know, it happens. Let's quickly grab Time in a Bottle. Get a few of these here. We go through a lot of these source gems, so I'm glad these aren't that expensive. And of course, definitely could automate this. But for now, alright, I think we'll call that good. Alright, so let's see here. So let's actually toss these in here. And the book basically states that we need to have... What was it? So summoning the Wilder. When augmented with a Wilden Spike, Wilden Horn, and a Wilden Wing. So how do you do this? Without augments, okay, so note, if summoning the Chimera, this ritual will destroy blocks near the Brazier. Okay, so let's actually just go away for a second. Let's just go over here. Yeah, over here sounds good. Oh, it's like dark, ain't it, technically? Okay. Well, let's go towards the nether, the wither thing. Alright, so let's just put this right here for a second. Okay, so I'm assuming that we could actually do this. I think this would be how it works. I'm not sure. This may be completely wrong, but we'll see. So, spike, horn, and wing. So if we just type in Wilden, spike, wing, horn. The only one I got right there was the horn, but that's okay. So you, and then we grab, what is this? The summon Wilden. Okay, so if I right click this, awaiting activation. How do I activate this? Performing ritual requires a ritual brazier and a tablet. Once you have obtained a tablet brazier, place the brazier in the world and use a tablet on it. The brazier will ignite and is awaiting activation. In this state, you may throw any additional items away to the augment the ritual. Okay, so if I take... Right? That should do that. And then we're running. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So I actually could just get rid of these things. Let's see how this goes. Oh, so he's got another phase. Okay. So he's trying to yeet me in the air. Okay, he's spawning creatures. And then he's going to shoot out spikes on that one. Okay, so that would have been difficult if I didn't have this just stupidly overpowered sword or stupidly overpowered bow that I could have used. But we took him out. That was quite quick and easy. So now I feel comfortable actually upgrading this book to the next tier, which we're going to use another Totem of Undying. Oh well, I'll have to get more sooner or later. Okay. And of course, we can actually dye this another color if we wanted to. I always, you know, want to do this. I just kind of forget what kind of colors we got. I don't... White, blue. Ooh, I like the blue. Let's go with that one. Light blue. There we go. Okay. So we actually now have access to tier 3. So we have everything available, right? There's tons of stuff in here that we could do. Like, here's Fell. Like, if we do actual, where is it at? Ray, Fell, Amplify 3, Area of Effect, Create. So now I should just be able to, boop. Nope. There we go. There we go. We can just cut down whole trees. Well, most of the tree, apparently. I really don't think I need Amplify on this, but that's okay. Maybe more Area of Effect might be helpful. Let's challenge this when he's running around with that bow. Come on, one more hit. Man, it's gonna make me sick. Goodness gracious. There. Alright. So the Fell spell's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure you could probably set up something for that. So we got kind of crappy stuff, but that's okay. But yeah, that was just interesting. Take out that was like an Ars Nueva boss. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to do with Ars Nueva. I mean, we can still look. There's a lot we can do with Ars Nueva. Let me be clear. There's a lot you can do with this mod. So we could just call this Axe. And then, of course, if you press V, you can actually scroll through all of them. So here's POW, which is actually just kind of a amplify, fortune, 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 fortune. Actually, let's just change that with fortune and then change this with the amplify 3. So, yeah, we have just a ton of stuff we can do. I mean, here's even like summoning a Vex. So if we summon a Vex, create. Oh, yep, we need to have self. So let's do self, summon a Vex, create. So this will just legitimately summon Vexes for you that will actually fight for you, which is actually pretty cool. What else do we got? There's a decoy that'll actually summon a decoy that things will go after. Here's like a nope, I don't want to do touch or myself. I want to do like touch. I think that makes sense. Nope, that one don't work. Okay, so let's do projectile create. Or do I need to do... No, that one wouldn't work. Wonder. No? Snare is interesting. I know that. I've seen it work. I just don't remember how it works fully. So here's conjure terrain. I'm kind of curious. So if I do conjure terrain, get rid of this and do ray create. So this actually will just create dirt with a little bit of mana cost. So if I actually do amplify AoE, 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 would this... Yeah, you could actually build walls and stuff with this if you really wanted to. But of course there is a wall spell. We can get rid of that. Do area of effect. And this actually will create like a wall of magic, basically. Let's see. What's the actual description? Creates a lingering wall that applies spells on nearby entities for a short time. So if I do harm. Okay, so if I do this, and then I do harm several times, create. So this would, in theory, create, yeah, it'll do damage. And actually, that took a heart off me. That was actually quite interesting. And so if I did amplify, right, and I just did this again, yeah, see, that does a lot of damage. That's actually pretty cool. But, I mean, there is just so much you can combine to do this, right? It's actually just kind of interesting. Here's blink. Okay, let's actually just clear this spell. And we'll do self, blink, create. I guess we could amplify this so we can go longer. But if you just... Oh man, I just teleported way over here. So if I wanted to go to the villager... Yeah, so you can just teleport. And if I do amplify, let's see. Let's actually land. Not enough mana. Hold on, let me regenerate some here. Yeah, so it doesn't look like this actually is working. I think it's like actually breaking it. Oh man, I just teleported inside of a cave. Well, I mean, that's kind of cool, but I think it's a bit broken with Amplify 3. So if you did a normal Amplify, and I'm pretty sure you could actually do this on entities, couldn't you? So Ray, Blink, Create. Could I send... Oh, here's a bunny over here. Let's go find the bunny. Oh, there he is. So I get, yeah, this would actually teleport me to that, or did I not create it? No, I didn't create it. No, I did. Yeah, so that would create that. So if I did this and create, this would make the bunny go boom. Yeah, I mean, there is just, you can do all of this stuff with turrets too. That's the other thing, is turrets will allow for you to automate these and just straight up go wild with all of this stuff. Right? I think that's the coolest part. Really, I mean, even if I don't touch it fully, there's just so much you can do. And it's amazing. Honestly, Ars Nueva is an amazing mod that I just never touched. So here's all of like the stuff you can do to create like kind of machines type of stuff, or what it's considered machines. There's like a sink. Anyway, I think that's kind of all I want to touch on Ars Nueva for now. I think getting all the spells, all of this stuff is awesome. Oh, you can actually turn down the volume on this as well. Oh, that's cool. Okay. But yeah, I think for now, that's all I want to touch on Ars Nueva. And the reason being is because I really don't see too much else use for this as of current. I know the Digme or the Drigme, whatever they're called. I don't know the full pronunciation of the name. Would actually allow for you to automate mob farms, like mob drops. Um, let's see here. So if I can actually see the Dirigme charm. Dirigmes are often found following and tending to animals around it. They can be found anywhere, though somewhere rarely. Digmes can be given a home in the world and will produce items from nearby monsters and animals as if they were slain without harming them. Wild Rigme may be befriended by throwing a Wilden horn near it. You may dye a Drigme charm orange or brown. And basically, you can create mob farms with these guys using container jars. Allows you to capture and store mobs for transportation or decoration. To capture a mob, you must perform a ritual of containment. See the ritual of containment for more information. To release a mob, cast a spell on the jar. The mob will be released above the jar. Note, blocks placed above a jar will play an ambient sound of the mob inside. Note blocks. Okay. So you could create a mob farm with this, right? I want to do this. I will do this, actually, soon. I want to set up an area for it because while I do enjoy having these massive mob farms in the Devoid dimension, I think I want to create utility only, right? So, for example, this here literally gives us infinite netherite, right? And of course, it's off right now. But I have 2,000 netherite from this. And then blaze rods, this was just for XP, which produces a lot of XP because all of the XP I currently have is from here, 495. And I didn't even touch this, right? So I think I want to create an area for this. I'm probably in here, honestly, that would allow for me to do this with ghasts, creepers, skeletons, Wilden creatures, all of them, right? It's just going to take some time. So, I think what I want to do is start capturing creatures left and right, and over time, worry about this, right? So, I think to do this in the first place, we need to find the Drigme, right? We need to get the Dirigme charm, which I don't think I have any Dirigme charms. Okay, I have one, so we don't need this, right? But I don't know fully how to set this up either. So we're probably going to have to get multiple of these guys. Each Rigme working around a hinge contributes progress. Once maximum progress has been reached, the hinge will generate items, experience gems, and deposit into nearby inventories. Each time this occurs, the hinge will require a source to recharge. The number of drops and experience gems is equal to the Rigme happiness and experience value of the entities. To get started, place a chest and a jar of source next to the hinge. Okay, so we need to find a hinge. So what is a hinge? So we need this thing, which I think is what the charm summons. I think. But I think for now, we're going to hold off on this. Just for now. We'll get into this later, because I'm going to start collecting mobs randomly. Ghasts, all of that stuff inside of monster balls, or honestly, we could actually do mob imprisonment tools. But I also need to worry about other things as of right now. Because honestly, I probably should have gotten into this a long time ago. My fault. I know. I uninstalled it. It's all on me. But I don't really think there's a need for Ars Nueva currently. Because a lot of the resources I can get just with a swing of my sword, and I have, a whole bunch of gas tiers, right? So for now, we're gonna hold off. We're gonna step away from Ars Nueva, which I don't usually do. Step away from mods this quickly, but this will be useful in the future. Okay, that's what I'm gonna preface this with. We are going to continue Ars Nueva sometime down the line. All right? And with that, we're going to wrap up this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do love experimenting around with these spells, and they will be useful throughout the playthrough. I do not doubt it. I also, actually, quickly here, before we end the episode, I wanted to see something. So, iron. So, pneumatic craft. I probably won't get into this just yet, but I wanted to test something. So, with that explosion spell we used a minute ago, we should be able to, in theory, create compressed iron with said explosion spell. So let me actually go a place where there's no mob griefing. So right here, you drop this on the ground and you right click. Okay, so this actually gives me a reason to use Ars Nueva for compressed iron ingots, right? So if you don't know what pneumatic craft is, basically it is a mod that uses pressure as its energy system in a sense. That's kind of really dumbing it down, but there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with pneumatic craft. It's actually pneumatic craft repressurized, and we'll be getting into this very soon, because it's just interesting, right? There's some interesting stuff to get into, lots of logic to get into, and I haven't really gotten into it in a long time. Last season, I didn't even do it, so I think this season we'll get into it. Now, using Ars Nueva to make this so much quicker with spells turrets would be a fantastic idea. All right? And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!